The living life within my cells will respond to my contact. Today I begin a new time of making contact with my body. And as I make contact with the cells of my body through this area, I acknowledge the responding activity of God within my cells that just love to respond and become everything I desire them to be. And that responding activity of God within my cells has been always waiting for me to consciously direct them. Now, you don't have to hold your arms there the whole time, just long enough that contact is made. So say now, and push the wrists inward, a little bit of pressure, and say, I have now made contact with the inner flesh substance of the cells of my body. Now relax your arms, make them comfortable. Now, do this inwardly. Call upon, go inside. I know my body's listening to me through the responding I am within the cells. I now invite my body through the living life of God that abides in every cell. I invite my body to educate me to the right foods and liquids it desires to receive. I invite my body to repel away from me any food or drink it does not desire for optimum health. I invite my body to begin giving me the strongest cravings for those foods and drink that are healthy for my body. I invite my body to, through the feeling side of life, to guide me to the most purposeful, most beneficial supplements. My beloved body, I know you are here through the cellular activity and the God life within to respond and become all that I desire. My body, I am on the resurrection path, which means that I am consciously setting aside the necessity for aging. In fact, in the resurrection, I get to choose the perfect age appearance for my body. I am now flashing the cells of my body a number. 25, 28, whatever it is. Don't go too young. You can always change it later. I'm flashing to the very cells of my body a number. Maybe I'm young in the body now. Maybe it's the number I am now. But it's a number that represents the appearance of age that is perfect for me. I invite my soft tissue to register this appearance of so many summers in the body, so many years in the body. I call upon my body to initiate a daily, weekly, and monthly pattern that releases the aging process, that activates the youthing process. I call upon the cells of my body to fully absorb that critical supplement, CoQ10 ubiquinol. For I understand it is the absence of this supplement that turns on the aging process of the body. When it comes to youthing, my beloved body, it seems that my face, my facial features, that they mean a lot to me. And ultimately, the rest of my body will follow my facial features. I call upon the cells of my body to rejuvenate, to restore, to transform the cellular activity of my facial features that produces a young, healthy face, facial features, because I know that what my eyes see, what my eyes record, impacts how I see everything else. And my body, since I see my face often in the mirror, I call upon my body to reflect its ability to produce youth and health and beauty in my face that is convincing evidence and encouragement for all the rejuvenation and youth and God's perfect health that I am now welcoming in every cell of my body. I call upon my body cells as I recognize the life within each cell. I invite my body cells to speak strongly through my feeling side of life. Communicate with me through inner feelings, promptings, guide me in every way that supports my body being a wonderful temple that outpictures the eternal youth and beauty and perfection of my God nature. As I make contact with my physical body, I welcome the cells of my body to pay a lot of attention when I meditate. When I open the way for the God presence in me to come forth, I call upon the cells of my body to respond and to take up that energy and use it dynamically. Now I speak into the cellular activity where human consciousness is stored. My beloved body, I know that in human consciousness that's stored in my cells, there is the consciousness of arthritis, of cancer, of things that can get in the body that try to oppose God's perfect health. My body, I say to you, when I daily enter into the sacred fire, I call upon the cells of my body to expose and release all human consciousness as it relates to health. I desire the cells of my body reveal that longevity and youth go hand in hand. Longevity and health go hand in hand. This is enough for today, my beloved body. And I promise my body that 2-3 times a week, I will make contact with my body, get updates, and I am so grateful. to know that there is a responding activity within my body that will respond to the I that I am. Deep breath. God bless you. So one more little thing before bedtime. It's this. It's very important that you have contact with your higher discerning intelligence any moment that you desire to. So let's get it right, and let's be very plain. Let's be very honest with ourselves. As long as we keep our minds turning over, chatting, internalizing every moment of the day, and not giving space, then I will never receive magnificent ideas, higher intelligence naturally flowing into my mind. Because instead, I love to keep an internal chatter going on in my mind all the time. Boy, are you hard on yourselves. Who told you? Where did you learn this? What grade were you in? That you learned, that you convinced yourself that you had to think all day, all night long. It's nothing more than a really lousy habit. Now, some of you have got there. And especially, I would say, more of you who've given yourself an opportunity to love the great outdoors, or to love family members and little ones running around. And it just allows you to just take it all in. Who's got time for a busy mind? Stop. Look at the beauty of the mountains. Look at the beauty, the powers of nature. Relax the mind. So you got to be honest with yourself. Number one, you all have a higher discerning intelligence. It's your higher mental body. It is between you and your I am presence higher self. You also have that inner I, the Christ within you, but you can only access it through the practitioner treatment. So guess what? Those of you who are not doing the practitioner treatment, you will never contact the inner I within you, because that is the highway to heaven. And you either take it or not. So, because it's so proven to be the right way and the way that produces results, if you have any altered ego left, it will do whatever it can to convince you, oh, this is too hard. It's too overwhelming. I can't silence my thoughts. Yes, you can. If one human being can do it, every human being can do it. It takes practice, and if you practice 1,000 times, practice another 1,000 times, because you're never going to find anything but gold on the other end. The gold of you, and I'm not talking about just the physical gold. So the thing is, if you're to keep your mind relaxed, there are times that it is absolutely appropriate to sit down and enter into intense thinking. There's time at your workplace where you have to intensely think these things through, where you have to communicate with others. But certainly you don't have to keep, if you sleep 8 hours a day, you don't have to be thinking 16 hours a day. And if you are, face the truth. If you're busy thinking 16 hours a day, you are missing all incoming messages, because you have no time for the incoming messages. Instead, you got to think. Oh, God, doesn't it ever hurt in there? Hey, Paul, does it ever hurt in there? Do you think in French? Is it a little bit more gentler than thinking in English? Oh, it is. Oh, that's a good thing, eh? That's the Romance languages. Oh, I think you could swear at yourself in French just as profoundly as you can in English. But the whole idea, and it's just a shift. It's just to give yourself the opportunity. There are times thinking is a wonderful activity, and engage it with intense thinking. The thing is, also engage your mind in relaxing, seeing your mind as a beautiful open space. Because once you do, and you start welcoming, you're making contact, you're welcoming ideas to flow in. And every one of you, your higher mental body, has made sure you've had a few experiences in your life. So I can say you have proven what I'm already about to say to you. That if you love your mind, think when you need to think, relax your mind. When you don't have to think it all the time, then there's going to be an influx of ideas. And a way to do that is just, an exercise was asked for the students attending Saskatoon Berry. And the exercise it was, write a one-pager. What's my truth? With no indication what you're going to write. You're just going to have to trust. Sit down, typewriter or stilo, and just start. Pen. And does stilo mean pen or your writing utensil? You don't know? You're French. Thank you. Thank you. You see, he's going all over the place, and she's got this Magdalene energy, and she just says exactly what it is. Well, you want to talk about it, or you just want to answer the question? I know. I am who I am. I am what I am. Okay. So here's the deal. You can just make yourself relax. So if you sit down and you've been asked, write a one-page essay. What's my truth? So there you are at your typewriter or keyboards or papier and stilo, and you're ready to write. And if you really write, give yourself the opportunity of seeing for yourself that as soon as you write one sentence, the next one comes right in behind it. And then another one comes in behind it. But you didn't sit down and plan what you're going to write, because we deliberately put that project in that way. So you do it, Jim? Are you with me, Jim? Oh, you nodded off. You went into La La Land. Not quite. So you just, what's my truth? You have to trust, what's my truth? He's not giving me much information. He just asks me, what's my truth? Where do I start? That's all I'm telling you. What's my truth? So you start, well, I am alive. I know that. Good, write it down. Then the next sentence comes. Then all of a sudden, there is a flurry of sentences, statements that come. And they start coming one after another, one after another. You tell me, I know. What is it about authors? What is it about authors that can write a series of books that become a series of movies that young people love? Any author in mind? Yes. Yes. So these authors, what was the name of the work? Harry Potter series, yes? So I can tell you for sure, when she's sitting down at her keyboards and she's right in there, she doesn't walk around her day thinking. She sits down and then the information just starts flowing. Information just starts flowing. And guess what? How is it possible that her works have gone worldwide, have impacted millions of people, has given her all the God wealth she'll ever require? How's that possible? Because every time she sits down and writes, she doesn't think about it. She just sits down and allows it to flow. If it's flowing through you, it's not coming from the little you. It's coming from your higher mental body. And your higher mental body will give you a wealth of everything so that whatever it gives you can impact others and everyone blesses by it. Isn't that great? So make sure you don't have to be thinking all the time. Think when you need to think. Keep your mind open and relaxed so that if you get some ideas just pouring in, you know, hey, I didn't think about that. Where'd that idea come from? Well, it's good chances it came from your higher Christ mind. So then all that's left is, will you act upon it, right? Good. God bless you. Good night. Go to sleep. Uncle Melatonin comes with you. God be blessing you, dear hearts. We have a good start on our weekend. Namaste. To life.